It's real simple. I'm basically going to go over my PvP build and skill rotation. I'm not that great of a PvP player or PvE player. However, I believe I'm still ranked in kills 669. I haven't been PvPing lately, but I'll show you basically how to have fun as a free-to-play player. Now, I'm not completely free to play. I spent $10 when I first got the game for a battle pass, but since then I've made Lucent from just playing the game and been free to play since then. Now I will go to my weapon mastery. The big nodes that are important are this punishing grip, because every time you take melee damage you have a 16% chance to bind the opponent, and this rhythmic shooting. Every time you use a different skill from the skill that you used right before, the main weapon damage increases by 12 for 3 seconds, and it stacks up to 5 times. Also, this node that you need to unlock before getting the final skill tree node, my wisdom is below 80, and I need that healing increase by 10% because of the set that I like to run in PvP. So that's my longbow. For my staff, I like to have this node Power Surge. Your max damage increases by 0.16% per 1,000 of max mana, up to 30,000 max mana. Then I also like to have this, when mana is 15,000 or higher, max health increases by 1,500. For this node, I have it in Mana Spring. It's mainly for PvE, when you're doing bosses or you need a lot of mana at the time. However, for PvP, you usually will be able to regain your mana, or you'll die before you even use all your mana. For my class, I like to use it for the increased defense by an amount equal to 20% of mana regen. This mana shield, it helps a lot. My overall mastery skills, if you're a lower level, I would suggest this Overcome Crisis and Destruction Spear. Once you start getting into higher levels, I would put this potential on. Well, me personally, I have this potential on. It gives you a stat increase for Dexterity, Fortitude, Perception, Strength, and Wisdom. In addition to that, I have this Dragon Ascent. When your mana is 60% or higher, each attack with your active skill costs an additional 4% of your current mana to deal 140% base damage, and deal 7% of your current mana as additional damage. Only activated once per skill. That gives you some more damage. Then me personally, what I like to have is this Indomitable Stance. Basically, when your health is 90% or higher for 5 seconds, you get a shield equal to 120 times your fortitude for 3 seconds, and it has a cooldown of 60 seconds. So I'll show you how this defense buff and the healing buffs help this class. Actually, I'll show you the specialization first, and then I'll break down the skills. So I have Zephyr's Knock, I have damage on it, I have Strafing, I have Consecutive Use, as well as Gale. This is a good combo with Zephyr's Knock, because when you use Strafing, you stack Gale on them, and when you hit it with Zephyr's Knock, you get extra damage, basically. I have Nature's Blessing with Vigorous, so you get more healing. I have Healing Touch with Duration Increase. So when you hit a Flash Wave and Healing Touch, you get way more heals for longer. Then of course I have this Flash Wave. I think originally it's Flash Arrow, and then you need to upgrade to Flash Wave. And I have Effect Duration for that. Then I have Focus Firebombs. I have the Focus Firebombs, Range Increase, and Mobility. If you want, you can put Projectile Speed, but personally, I don't really do that. It just depends on what you prefer. I have Inferno Wave. Now, usually, if you have Inferno Wave, you want to add Burning. I have Burning and Cooldown. For my rotation, I either use Inferno Wave or Inferno Meteor. If it's more of a fast-paced game and you don't have time to cast your Inferno Meteor, I would definitely switch it to Inferno Wave. And I have Fireball Barrage with this Fireball Frenzy. Basically, if your target is stacked with burning damage, for every stack of burning, it adds an additional Fireball. So originally it comes with 10, and if the target of yours has burning damage, 10 stacks, your fireballs turn into 20 fireballs. I also have mobility, so you can cast while moving. Then very important, one of the homies showed me this actually, this mana burn. So each fireball that you shoot decreases mana by 100. This is a tank killer, and sometimes you can kill the counter of your class just by mana burning them, if they don't kill you first, of course. So that is really good, especially for tanks, because it stops them from being able to time bomb you. Very, very useful. Next, I have Ice Spear Bombardment. I have this node to upgrade. Whatever you can do to slow down your enemy and like bind them, it allows you to give yourself more space to cast your skills and do damage. So I have that Ice Spear Bombardment. So basically, instead of slowing them down, because I have this bind chance, it has a chance to bind them. Then for Victorious Energy, I have this skill specialization, which gives 460 hit chance and 460 evasion for 12 seconds. So right now, I'll show you the proper skill rotation of what should be hit. And when I put my PvP compilation, you could see that I don't always hit the rotation that it should be. However, the most efficient method to applying the most damage with the setup that I have is that rotation. So what you want to do is you hit them with this Focus Firebomb. It weakens them, it slows them down, and it gives them burning damage. And as that fireball is traveling, I would either want to pop some healing touches, maybe even pop a bind chance or something like that, or pop this Victorious Energy. And once that ball, that Focus Firebomb hits, I want you to hit this Inferno Wave. The reason that you want to wait till the ball hits is because the Inferno Waves only adds burning to something that was already burning. After you hit the Fireball and then the Inferno Wave, what you want to do is Fireball Barrage. Now, because you hit them with these two skills, they have about 10 stacks of burning, so you have about 10 more fireballs. And what I like to do is, if I'm doing a lot of damage, I will use this Blitz, which gives me a instant cooldown for a couple skills that it allows. One of the skills that you can instant cooldown is the Fireball Barrage and the Flash Wave. So if you're doing damage and you're just like, putting in DPS to somebody, you have them stacked with burning, you want to do this Fireball Barrage. So I would be like, bing, bing, Fireball Barrage, Blitz, Fireball Barrage again, do your healing touches, stun them if you can, and then use your arrows to mess them up. And if they ever get near, what I like to do is teleport back with that ice skill. It slows them down or binds them. With the staff that I have, I believe it binds them. Let me double check. So with this Ebon staff, it has the Icebound Gust, which binds enemy in the Frost Smoke Screen for 1.4 seconds. So that's pretty good. And the weapons that I like to use for this class, you could actually get them both from the Secret Dungeon Hall of Illusion on normal. Actually, you have the Arc of Lunar Radiance as well as the Ebon staff. You get 3 tries for the Hall of Illusion that you can claim. And even if you don't get these weapons, you at least get your rune gear up. So you'll level up your runes, or you could get any more of these materials. And personally, even though I could do the nightmare mode, I don't want to take the time to do that because I kind of like PvP a lot more. I just go normal. If you have the money, you can find it in the auction house. However, for this guide, it's going to be mainly for free-to-play players, like trying not to spend too much money because um, that's not how I've been playing. However, you could do whatever you want, do whatever you want. Also, if you find a more efficient way to use this build or different methods, please go for it, educate us. I'll just be putting on a PvP compilation basically of this current build that I have. I'm using the Ebon staff, and instead of this Calanthia's Loom of Entropy, I'm using the Arc of Lunar Radiance. For PvP, what I like to have is critical hit chance for the trait, hit chance and heavy attack chance, similar to this. So heavy attack chance, hit chance, and critical hit chance. Running a 4-piece Vanguard. For the set effects, I get plus 45 endurance for every 10 perception. And when my fortitude is over 50, I get plus 30 base damage. Instead of Calanthia's Confession, if you want, you can run the Starlight Fur Cloak. Or basically, as you look at my build, if you see any improvements that you could make on it personally, I would go for that. I'm just letting you know what I've done, and I'll show some PvP compilations after. I'm running 1600 magic hit chance, but I have triple endurances. This is just what I prefer to run. Of course, you could have better stats with different runes and things like that. One important thing that I've done is I've made my weaken chance pretty high because I rely a lot on burning buffs and weaken chance, boosts to my damage when I'm attacking other people. Then me personally, I like to have stun resistance because I do not like getting stunned by melee people, and it's going to help you out trying to get distance from people if you have stun resistance. That's basically it. Thank you, gang. It's been a pleasure.